Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole and I am Madame Vegane, and this is Madame Vegane's kitchen. Today, I'm so excited to share with you one of my favorite recipes.
Faux butter chicken.
Now, when I was a non-vegan, butter chicken was one of my favorite Indian dishes. So I have recreated butter chicken, so faux butter chicken, and it is actually one of my very first recipes that I created. So instead of chicken, I use tofu. Tofu, extra firm. Definitely recommend extra firm. Doesn't really matter the brand, but it definitely matters extra firm. So when you're in the grocery store and you're looking for the type of tofu, I cook with extra firm the most. For the tofu, you'll need cornstarch. You can also use potato starch, but I definitely recommend cornstarch. It's the best for crisping up the tofu. And today we're going to be using a deep fryer. But if you don't have a deep fryer, don't worry. You can use a pan with a little bit of oil in it, and you can fry each side of the tofu to get that crispiness for the tofu. But if you have a deep fryer, great, because we're going to use a deep fryer today. Okay, now for the sauce. So for the sauce, I recommend using strained tomato sauce. So this is fresh strained Italian tomatoes. I believe that this is the best brand. I'm going to try and pronounce it. Masala. This is the brand that Now, if you can't find this brand in the store, don't worry. You can find any kind of strained tomatoes. Now, it's a little bit complicated shopping for this product because you'll see diced tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, and you'll see strained tomatoes. You just want to make sure that it doesn't have the chunks of tomato and that it's just straight up tomatoes, no spices or anything. So when you're looking for the tomato sauce, it's very important. No spices, nothing, just straight up tomato sauce. Now for the coconut milk, I definitely recommend this brand. So this is Rooster. Now this brand is the best. I find it has a really thick consistency, and the coconut water is just at the bottom, but there's just a little bit, and it has a really thick coconut milk consistency, which is really important for this recipe. I'm also going to use ginger, so minced ginger. If you have fresh ginger, yes, you can try and use it. I've never tried to use the fresh ginger. I use always the minced ginger. Okay, so medium yellow onion. Very specific that it needs to be yellow onion. For me, I cook with red, white, and yellow a lot. Definitely don't recommend red, but if you do have a white onion, you could try and use a white onion, but I recommend the yellow. Garlic clove. Fresh garlic clove. I do recommend fresh garlic. If you do have just garlic salt, you can try, but I recommend you getting some fresh garlic for this recipe. So 3 of them, you'll need 3 fresh garlic cloves. And for the spices. Garam Masala. I actually had to pause it on one of my takes of filming this video to pronounce it properly. I still don't think I'm pronouncing it properly, but Garam Masala, Garam. Anyways, there's about 7 or 8 different types of masalas to use with Indian cooking. So you can use Garam. Garam. I'm trying to say it in like a French way now, but look for Garam Masala. There's also Chana Masala that you can replace. Those are the 2 that I've used for this recipe. Okay, so turmeric, cumin, and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Those are our 4 spices that we're going to use. For the rice, I use Basmati rice. Basmati rice is very popular in Indian cooking. You can use other types of rice for this recipe. Jasmine rice, I'm forgetting all the names of the different rices, but I don't recommend maybe like sushi rice. Probably not the best rice to use for this recipe. But Basmati rice, jasmine rice, what you have on hand, you can definitely use it, but I do highly recommend Basmati rice. Okay, so a pan. This is a medium to small pan. I definitely recommend like a bit of a larger pan for cooking the sauce. And the tofu, if you're cooking the tofu. And I definitely recommend cooking the tofu before the sauce, because the sauce, especially the turmeric, you'll notice when you cook with a lot of turmeric, it really creates like a yellow paste in your pans. So a lot of times I will even use a separate pan
when I'm cooking with turmeric, because it'll turn everything yellow. It's like a dye.
Okay, and then also we have here a pot for the rice. If you have a rice cooker, I don't have a rice cooker. I cook rice all the time. So if you cook rice a lot, definitely get a rice cooker. But you can just use a pot today, just how I do. And yeah, knife, very important. I have my chef knife here. And a cutting board, because you don't want to be cutting on the tables or the countertops. You know, you want to keep your space nice and intact and clean. Okay, let's begin. Let's start cooking with Madame Vegane.
I would normally use vegan margarine right away, but I used a little bit of oil and then put the onions in, and you'll see that I actually used the margarine in the end. So you can skip this part and just go right to the vegan margarine, or you can put a little bit of oil first. That's what I did here. Now to start putting this all together. All right, here we have our finished product, and we can pour the sauce over the cubed tofu and the rice there. You can add the cilantro if you're into cilantro. I love my cilantro, so I like to put lots.
So good.
Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time. Feel free to comment down below about how this recipe worked out for you.